Have you ever wished that you had a master floral designer that you could have stand beside you step by step and teach you the process of floral design? My name is Kirby Holt. I'm a master floral designer with more than 25 years of experience in the business, and I want to show you step by step how to create beautiful floral designs with the kits from myfloraldesign.com. I hope you enjoy this video and this series. Well, today I'm using one of my very favorite flowers in this arrangement that I'm going to walk step by step through with you, and that is a Japanese magnolia. And I live in the South. I live in North Florida, and we actually have these growing all around our region. Some of my family have them growing in their yards, so this is one of those flowers that I really enjoy. I love the blooms and the buds out on the bare branches without any leaves on it. I think that's such a stately and elegant statement that they make. And so I'm going to use this piece to make our outer line, and this one is almost a little bit of a crescent shape, and I'm thinking the design that we'll create today would look beautiful kind of framing a piece of art, a painting, a print, or a mirror. And so we will create just a flow of a line in a crescent shape. Now I'm going to trim a little bit of this lower stem off, and you'll see that if you just score it with your wire cutters and just get a little bit of a break and cut in there, then you can break it, and it's a lot easier to break it than it is to cut it. And by doing it like that, you don't have to squeeze it so tight and get carpal tunnel in your hands. So now that I've done that, I'm going to strip away just the bottom 2 or 3 inches, probably almost 2.5 inches of this plastic, and expose that heavy wire inside there. And I'm going to use my cutters and just bend that up. You could get a pair of pliers, but it works just fine to use your cutters to do that. And I've created that little bit of a hairpin turn, and by doing that I can put this up to the arrangement, and the flower will not swivel around on me. Now that I have this one in here, and I'm going to do just a little bit of pruning. And I think I'm going to come in and cut this one away. And I'm going to leave just a little bit of a nub, because that's okay in this kind of design. The branches are kind of nubby and gnarly anyway. I'm going to twist that just a little bit and see if I can get that magnolia to come over to the front side. There we go. And I'm going to make sure it has a little bend and twist in it, because nothing is perfectly straight in nature. Everything has a little bend, a little twist. Now, I'm going to come in with this second stem of magnolia and dissect it in a couple of places right here. Again, I'm going to score it and break it, because that's a lot easier than trying to cut through that heavy wire. Then anytime that I'm trimming and cutting, I always put the knife away from me, because you don't want to do it with a person standing nearby. So make sure that that cuts away from you, and just trim most of that plastic off. It is a little tough, but you can do it. And then bend that wire again, that little hairpin bend. And I'm going to push this one in, kind of let it go right into the center, and go off to the side. I'm going to bend that down, and then bend that magnolia back up. You know, I actually think maybe this is the one I want for my focal point. This is the largest of all the flowers in the arrangement. So I'm going to harvest it and bring it right here into the center. And it is important that you don't have your largest flowers going way out, because you want to bring that largest flower in, much like stacking boxes, and have the weight, the visual weight, close in to the focal point in the center of the arrangement, and then let it, as it goes out, have less visual weight. The bigger they are, the more visual weight. The smaller they are, the less visual weight. So in order to get a bloom out, what I'll do is take this tip off and use this one, and I'm going to come down maybe about a foot from that cut point. Again, score it and break it. Oh, that was not breaking quite. There we go. Didn't break quite as easy, but it did break. Same thing you've already been watching me do, and that's strip this away. And even without bending, and this is not real heavy on the end, so I'm going to show you a little bit different technique, and that's by just cutting the wedge on that. It will wedge in. That also will keep it from pivoting, just like the hairpin will. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to put that wedge in. I'm going to hold it right here as I bend it down, because that styrofoam, you'll see that that is a little bit hard to bend. Takes just a little bit of hand strength to make that go where you want it to go. Now I can bend the bloom back up. No. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Now I have this tip I want to bring off to this side, and then maybe bring this one right in here. And again, I'm going to bend that off. So you can see that we have a little bit of a curved line going through there, and enclosing or lining a space that's enclosed. This is enclosed on two sides, and that'd be a great place for the frame of the mirror or the frame of a painting or a print to sit right in there. Now to finish off the bottom, I'm going to take this bush of eucalyptus and trim all of those little stems off of the bush. So we'll end up just like that. That's discard. And then I can take these and just insert them in close to the magnolias, and this is going to just fill in the base with that nice eucalyptus foliage. Some of the longer stems can go underneath at the front, pushing that all the way in. We'll straighten that magnolia up, make sure I didn't mess it up. One off to this corner here. So that we've just filled in all of the space at the bottom with that little eucalyptus, and just really just finished that off. Now I'm going to take the grasses and add just a little bit of softness. I want to tuck one right under here. I'm going to use one right behind that center magnolia, and I'm going to put one on the other side so that we're just getting a little bit of flow going all through the arrangement. And so here we have something that, you know, when we think of Asian design, this is one of those styles of design that comes to mind, because especially in Ikebana, and I'm not an Ikebana expert, but I enjoy studying it and reading about it. It's really a lifetime discipline. But one of the things that they talk about is in the winter, the plants would not have a lot of foliage, so it really features a lot of the bare branches, and maybe at the very first peak of spring is when these Japanese magnolias come out, and so we have the beautiful line of all of those branches, the beautiful blooms, and then just a spot of greenery just starting to pop out from the lip of that container. This piece would have great application to frame a piece of art or a painting. It'd be really pretty on a mantle, on a credenza. Also, it could stand alone on a pedestal in the corner of a room. So a lot of ways it could be used, and enjoy its beauty. I appreciate you watching this today. I hope you'll join us for more of our videos on myfloraldesign.com. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. I encourage you to browse the library of arrangements and videos on our website, myfloraldesign.com.